Three, two, one.
Welcome, everyone, back to another episode of Stories from the Unbound Shores. Where we last left off, the group, I should say where we last left off a month ago, the group had made their way to the draconic city of Arcosia under the protection of what they found out to be a silver dragon in a humanoid form. As they set about getting supplies and things for their trip towards the something Vambrace.
Silver.
You're the one who named it.
Silver Vambrace.
Silver Vambrace.
Now they're just going to need to have towns of different metals, like the gold Vambrace and the copper Vambrace.
I'm imagining, for me, I'm more imagining that the Vambrace system has been set up more recently for these more particular purposes, as opposed to just taking over a town. But perhaps we shall see.
No. Silver Vambrace, gold helm, bronze cauldrons.
Copper cuirass.
I was thinking copper codpiece, but maybe that's just me.
It is.
Okay,
We're being serious over here.
Hold up. Copper codpiece
You got this.
is the name of an establishment inside Copper Cuirass. Or inside any random town in this naming convention.
And you think that it's like... what do they call it? Anyway, it's a bar. Charnel House. That was the word I was trying to think of.
I have no idea what that word means.
Is that what that means?
Charnel House, a cat house.
Ah. Excuse me.
Wait, Cat House made it less clear to me.
A place where people in the sex business work.
There we go. Actually, I don't know if bathhouses use that same way too.
I lied. Charnel House is entirely different. I was misled. Charnel House is where you put people's bodies after they die. Close enough. You get your bones on in there.
It's gonna be one of those days today, huh?
It's gonna be one of those days. Also,
When's
Charnel
it not one of those days?
Well, got boned.
And so,
Look at all these bones. A lot of bones.
after trading away your some of your pieces of the dragon you were fighting outside of the city, after having teleported to this continent,
In the presence of another dragon.
Yes. You end up having to come back to the alchemist with which you traded after he's slightly exploded himself, messing about with stuff.
Just a little explosion. It's
As a
fine.
treat.
There's just a little hole in my roof.
But with the fire dealt with, and the hole being his problem to fix later, I believe the deal had still been reached that you lot would get a discount on purchases from the store.
So we come back and there's a hole in the roof.
Well, we did that already. We came back, hole in roof, put out some fires with him. You know, good stuff.
Look how good we are.
Also, I'm really, really glad that I double-checked what spices I had in here, because I almost put fucking cloves in my hot chocolate instead of cinnamon.
Would have been great.
That would have been a surprise.
Were we smart enough to write down what you guys were buying?
I'm sure one of us did. I don't remember if it was me, but I will find out momentarily.
Roll then. Oh, it's taking its time.
There's some stuff. Rolling buying silver mirror, diamonds, rations, small water barrel. Ointments for sure seeing, foci for clairvoyance,
I just have written down.
and learning some spells, which I don't think has actually happened yet because that takes a lot of time.
Shit, and I did not think about which spells I actually wanted to learn.
I have money values. It just says I spent 2,200 on supplies in Arcosia.
Alright, do you have a small water barrel or anything like that marked on your sheet anywhere?
Let's check. Bedroll, clothes, healer's kit. Oh, but maybe I was smart and I put it in here. Water skinned in your box. Okay, I added the potions, because I have superior and greater healing potions.
Okay.
But, no.
You have a lot of rations by chance?
Let's see. Rations. 10 of them. 20 pounds of rations. No. No. Doesn't look like I was smart enough to add things properly. Because I know we bought a boatload of
I
rations.
pinned what you were looking to buy,
Oh.
and just if you go to that pin, just below it's what Kate was looking to buy. And Thomas didn't write anything down, so...
Wow, Thomas.
Meh. So I guess take a quick look at your lists. I'm gonna go close my door because I forgot to do that.
But then I also bought... So we bought the silver mirror, and then I also bought a spyglass. $20 rations. Like, I have 10 rations marked down. Does somebody else maybe have the other 10 or something?
I mean, I know I have some rations, or I got some more rations.
Alright, then I will just update this by 20. There we go. I will add spyglass. Manage inventory. Add items to the bag of holding. Spyglass. Set of clairvoyance. No, I don't think so. Just a regular old spyglass. Mirror. Steel. Well, it's not a steel mirror, it's a silver mirror. Fine, I'll just customize it. Add. And a small water barrel. Barrel.
Okay, back.
Barrel that's adventuring gear. Okay. Add item. The barrel gets to be its own line. Okay. I think I've added my items.
Okay, how goes things on your end?
I don't see my clairvoyance foci on my sheet, and I can't remember if I bought them.
I believe they would have. Yeah, folks try for clairvoyance. 100 GP each. It's listed there.
Was that something I would have been able to get at that first booth, or was that something that I was being directed elsewhere for?
I think I both think you got directed elsewhere for it, but you're still gonna be able to get it in the city, so it's kind of neither here nor there.
Okay, so that makes sense then. Although I don't know if I added my ointment. Damn this game.
What have you done?
Sorry, just expressing frustration of my lack of memory. And
Damn
bookkeeping.
you gods.
There was some question of where I was getting money for things.
I have managed to keep the total weight of my equipment below my encumbrance.
Being strength-based tends to help with that.
It does.
How much is your encumbrance weight again?
240.
No, I mean, how do you figure it out?
Oh, it's,
Unless you have
15
the
times your
speed
strength
up.
score.
How much times your strength
15.
score? 15. Oh yeah, I'm still good then.
But if you just, tap on the word encumbrance under the inventory screen, it'll tell you what you have. Mine's 240. Items are 183 in total. What'd you say, Thomas?
I think I laughed.
Huh.
Derisively.
Wow. So mean.
Very mean.
Alright. Well, if we have purchased these things, then what is our next step?
Finding my foci and spells.
Okay.
Well, finding it's not really a problem. So it's really just the spells, because as long as you have the money to buy the foci, you can buy the foci.
Well, yeah. But I have to go, like, find whoever's gonna you know, let me buy it from them. It's just a matter of time. And roleplay. But anyway.
How long do you need to learn all your spells?
I'm sorry, I'm actually double checking that right now. Contact. That's what I was attempting to do now I remember. Let's see. Half an hour, I think, for clairvoyance.
That's a first level spell.
I hope so, because that's what I think it is. And otherwise, I'm mathing wrong.
Clairvoyance, it's a first. What level spell is it?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I guess it must be a second, in which case it would be
An hour.
an hour.
It's a third level spell.
Third!
Yep.
The fuck, clairvoyance?
Alright, so it's a third level spell, and it's normally an hour per level, or is it 2 hours?
2 hours per level, so it would be
2
6,
hours.
so it's 3, so it's 1.5 for that.
Yep.
And the other one I wanted to learn was 5th, which would be 10, which would be 5, which would be 2.5, which would be a total of 4 hours.
2.5 and 1.5 would be 4.
So it's not terrible. I think I can feel okay about that.
And that other one only comes down that much if it is also a divination spell, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise, it comes down by half.
Right.
I'm a dumbass. I actually wrote those down. I did the math earlier and wrote it down already.
Alright, so
So,
you just need to find out if those spells are here, and then go get them, right?
yeah, pretty much.
Well then, Aurelian, what shall we do to kill 4 hours of our day?
Just a second. Get a phone call.
I do not know what that means.
Means that I have more time to try and make the little mages area.
Yeah.
Not that much time.
Dang it.
Well, Aurelian, how would you like to kill 4 hours of our day? Perhaps there is something you wish to do to relax?
We're just outside the potion place, are we?
Yeah.
Alright. I'm just gonna pop back in. Hold on. I'll be back in a second.
Alright.
Is this guy still here?
Yeah, he's still there. He's seems to be trying to work out in his head what it's going to take to fix the hole.
I am going to ask him. How rare is dragon blood?
As far as existing or actually getting your hands on
Getting
it?
your hands on it.
Fairly rare. Why?
Okay. No, that's unfortunate. I have to keep a lookout. And I just turn and I walk out.
Did we hear any of that exchange?
What do you need the dragon blood for?
I want to see if I can sort out that sword.
You are thinking that if you bathe it in dragon blood, it will stop being cursed?
It's a possibility. Or it'll get more cursed.
Indeed. If, do we want to ask a dragon that we know we can talk to about this sword? Perhaps they will have thoughts on what can be done with the thing. It is quite dangerous for us to continue to hold on to.
Have I, like, left already? Or is this happening before?
I am unclear if you've left or not. I was trying to find something for us to go do while you did your copying.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, I was... So this is happening right after Aurelion has walked in or not. I'm more wondering, like, did you guys come with me to look for a place?
Oh, probably not. I
So,
imagine that would be a you thing, and we would just not bother you for 4 hours.
then before I leave, I will likely suggest, that we meet up in a specific place in about 5 hours to give me time to, you know, find it, do any other knick-knack or little things that I might need to do, etc.
Alright, I indicate that first booth we went to at the beginning as a place we all know. Or perhaps the statue of our friend the dragon.
I think either works fine.
I like the statue. It's got some weight to it. Narrative weight.
Well, that works for me then. 5 hours at the statue.
Hours at the statue. Good luck, and hope it all copies easily. I do not know how your magic works. He's just mumbling to himself as he waves you away. Not, like, dismissively, just, like, waves by toward you.
Yeah. Melisari appears to be suppressing a smile. I don't suppose anyone remembers if the shopkeep gave me some direction on where I might find such things.
He hadn't verbally, but it had certainly been implied that he could or would or did, depending on your preference of how he wants to play out.
Okay, that works for me. I'm gonna make my way there.
Alrighty. One moment. That's... Yeah, that'll do. Layers. Then... Let me just... Actually, that's fine. I just delete the doors and put in actual walls for... there. Alright, well, if you see the only other building here, feel free to move yourself to it, otherwise I can come grab you.
What? Oh, I see.
It's still in need of, contents, windows, lighting, all that good stuff, but it's representative
Oh god,
at
oh
least.
god, where'd I go?
I see you.
I just kind of flung me in a direction.
That's where it is.
So, if you just click on your portrait, it should take you right to your token.
Oh, yeah, that's the thing. Alright,
Oh,
doors.
what?
Oh, there we go.
And one last thing. Is there not a... There should be an imprint stage. There it is. Little wooden step up, because otherwise it's a pretty sizable step. Cool. Opens the doors.
Shit, I feel like I'm about to get murdered.
Just because it's dark or what?
Just because it's empty.
Well, like I said, it's missing contents and lights and things.
I feel like I just like we're looking at Tales of Bossing Say Opera right now.
Papa.
Let me grab a...
Ichigo.
I'm going to need to make some custom Dragonborn. I'm going to... If you guys are going to stay in this area too long, because only having 4 choices is annoying.
I'm enjoying the water on the roof of that building.
Yes,
they're
that I actually intend to explain.
Okay, because I just see a block of it on the first level,
Oh, I
and I'm
see,
like,
we
oh my
are-
god, is there a gelatinous cube in there?
No, I think we're playing Minecraft in D&D is what's happening.
A bit.
It's a water elevator.
Oh, neat.
So when you step in, you'll see the place has been lit rather brightly with arcane lights. Basically, pretty much anything that's not a flame.
Very nice.
A variety of bookshelves. And there does seem to be what seems to either be water or a water-like fluid in the corner with a kind of vertical current to assist people getting from floor to floor while not having to take up the ridiculous amount of space that stairs do.
Fuck stairs.
Or all the effort that, ladders take. There'll also be a number of bookshelves, a few tables, and there'll likely be a couple other people on this floor, 1 or 2 at least, but not very many, as the floors themselves are not particularly large.
And this is the library? Or
This is a Mage's Guild.
Mage's Guild. Okay. Then I guess. Did I have to knock? Or was it, unlocked and I could just walk in?
It was unlocked and you could enter.
Okay.
It is a place of business.
Okay, good.
Or at the very least, functions as one.
Then I will walk in, and I will catch the attention of whoever looks official milling about.
Alrighty.
And
You
I
would
will... Sorry, go ahead.
See a black dragonborn, as we'll just stick with the color of the token. That does appear to be wearing, some sort of official robes. You don't know if it's necessarily for the Mages Guild, but they are the most official-looking person in the room, so it's your best guess.
Yeah, we'll make assumptions. It's fine. And I will say, I've been told this would be a good place to try to learn some new spells.
And you might be?
My name is Melisari Sarsandaral of Autumn Reach. I'm
Oh.
traveling through to meet a friend in Silver Bamburies. I guess that part wasn't necessary, but hey, it's already said.
What you say?
Welcome, Melisari. And I need to come up with a name for this guy, and I'm bad with dragon names, so give me a second. I had been trying to come up with one, I had one on the tip of my tongue, and then it just left my brain the second I started talking. Good old Xanathar's Guide. They have a list of names for things.
I just remembered we were gonna have Roland scry on Eskel
Yup.
to make sure that we had time for this.
I had forgotten that too.
We haven't fully gotten into this. Do you want to back up and do that?
I think it will make Melisari happier. And as said, we did discuss doing that.
Just double check and make sure that everything's good to go on that end before we rewind here. I need scrying, but I do believe I've been... Yes, I have been preparing it since I gained it. Even though I didn't have the material for it. But now I do. So I guess before we depart, before we split up, before I interrogate Aurelion about what he wants to do for fun while you're doing work, we'll spend up to 20 minutes staring at Eskel in a mirror. 10 minutes casting time, 10 minutes duration.
Show me the beast.
So, that's what you want to do? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Pop that back open. Scrying is one of my 5th level spells. It is my last 5th level spell. Boop. But for you, we shall do it. Let's see. See and hear a particular creature you choose is on the same plane of existence. The target must make a wisdom saving throw, which is modified by how well you know the target and the sort of physical connection you have to them. If a target knows you're casting a spell, it can fail the saving throw voluntarily if it wants to be observed, but he doesn't know we're doing this, so he wouldn't be able to do that. Burst Hand. I have met the target, so he gets plus nothing. I don't feel like he knows Eskel well. So I'm going to say Eskel gets a plus 0 for that, and then connection, possession or garment, body part, lock of hair. I don't imagine. Does the the daylight band he gave to Roland count, since he wore it for a while before giving it to him?
Either that one would count, or the one that is a gift for him. I mean, his position yet.
It hasn't become his yet. It is intended for him, but like I do have the one that Eskel literally used and wore for a little while, and we've only been separated for a couple weeks at this point.
Yeah, so it's like less than a month, I'll say sure.
Okay, so -4 on that. I have to pop open Eskel's sheet now. Eskel! Whoops, didn't do that correctly. Characters. I picked the right Eskel sheet. I think it's this one.
This feels invasive.
What? Suddenly you have,
Right?
apprehensions about this?
Right?
Your divination
I'm not
wizard.
saying
Everything you
them
do
out
is
loud,
invasive.
Alright, so he has to make a... Wisdom, was it?
Lights.
I am.
Yes, Wisdom DC 16 with a modifier of -4 on his Wisdom save.
Too bad he's a cleric.
He's a paladin.
Or paladin, sorry. But still.
Yeah, he has plus wisdom, but that does bring him down to only a +2.
Is that including his aura?
Yeah, that's automatically calculated on the sheet. Unless we weren't at a level where he would have it. He's level 8. Yeah, he would have his aura. Oh, you're rolling?
Right.
Okay. I rolled a much different number, but okay, that's your roll.
I hadn't rolled anything. I don't know.
Oh, I rolled by accident. Like, I was trying to click it to make
question.
sure the aura was in there, and I actually rolled a die on there. That doesn't matter. So he got an 8 in total when I rolled my actual die, because he got a 6 plus 2.
No.
Alright.
But yeah, when I clicked to roll the die in the program by accident, he rolled a 25. Which would only have been a 21, but that still would have beaten the DC. Anyway, so he fails, according to my physical die roll.
Sounds good.
On a failed save, the spell creates an invisible sensor within 10 feet of the target. So that becomes the next question. Would the people in Silver Van Brace have set up anything that prevents the creation of scrying sensors?
Which is... Do you know any...
Mordenkainen's private sanctum.
Is that, like, the only thing?
I think there's one other, but all of it requires, that 100 days of recasting it to really make it permanent.
Which they don't have. And this is meant to be a new place, so I'd say even if they do, which I don't
they might have a spot designated in there where, we take all of our meetings here.
Or something. Yeah.
He's probably not in it. Well, you could roll a die to make sure he's not in it. That random chance that, oh, he was just passing through there.
Sure. I am currently trying to add in some lights. So if you have a percentile die on you and want to just tell me the result... I
always have a percentile die on me. D%. He got a 47.
That's not... I'm not going to call that low enough since it's going to be a room in a decent-sized camp, so... you're good. The scrying sensor may exist.
Okay. The scrying sensor appears. You can see and hear through the sensor as if you were there. The sensor moves with the target, remaining within 10 feet of it for the duration. A creature that can see invisible objects sees the sensor as a luminous orb about the size of your fist. Instead of targeting a creature, you can choose a location. So, we see Eskel. What is he doing?
He seems to be walking in a military camp. That can and how far out does the sensor see to?
It's supposedly as if you're standing there, so whatever your eye line is. So if he's in among buildings, it's only going to be up to 10 feet above his head. So if it can't see over the tops of buildings, it would be just limited to the street he's on, kind of thing.
Okay. So then, you can see that while it does seem to be a kind of militaristic camp, it's also possibly underground. It's kind of hard to tell. But there's like a rocky ceiling overhead.
Huh.
So it's possible that's maybe a cave, but it would also be fully underground. Hard to know, but there does seem to be a mix of craftspeople and warriors running through, so he's not likely in the middle of something dangerous. He's likely at the camp.
Okay. Is Dirk with him?
Is Dirk with him? I can't think of a reason he wouldn't be, so yes, Dirk is with him.
Okay. And they seem to be in good health? Do they seem injured?
They seem to be in good health, and you can only see or hear at a time, right? Not both.
Actually, with scrying, you can do both.
Right. the other one does the different
Yeah,
thing.
clairvoyance.
Clairvoyance, clairaudience is just one or the other.
Should get in on this
So-
spell, Noah. Sorry.
It's on my wish list. I just don't want to spend the time learning that and contact plane today. And you have scrying, so.
It's true.
So, you hear them likely have having a somewhat banterful conversation whilst discussing some of the ongoing problems, but not like super specifics, as that would be done in the room of which you would not scry.
Mm-hmm. Do we glean that he is, like, regularly patrolling or regularly engaging in combat or anything like that?
Right here. I mean, regularly does fit, but not frequently.
Okay.
So, like, people do go out on less patrols, more scouting missions. But having someone who can see farther in the dark is certainly useful for that, so Eskel is likely to get pulled for more of those.
Gotcha. He does have good, long, dark vision as a drow.
And
I will be relaying all of this to the two party members here, so if you have any questions that you want to know the answers to, please ask them.
there'd be mentions of fire elementals. Just becoming more and more frequent as they've been increasing. I think.
Okay. Give me
I think if you want other specific details, you're gonna have to ask, because I'm kind of running dry on the general things that would likely be talked about.
Yeah, so let me just quickly get the role play going here and pass on that information to the other two and say, okay, I can see Eskel. He appears to be in some sort of a cave or an underground encampment of some kind. It appears to be safe. There are none fighters around him, and they are talking. He is talking with the dwarf, Dirk. They are together. They seem unhurt, and they have a scouting duty coming up. And they are worried about more fire elementals that they might have to engage.
I don't suppose they said how soon this scouting duty is.
No, that would specifics would likely be tried to be avoided talking outside of the war room or whatever it would be that has the blockage.
They've only indicated that it is coming up, so I imagine before this day is out, but I do not know when.
Did we decide how long it's gonna take us to get to Silver Vambrace from here?
By foot, it could take a few days, maybe a week. I have to double check the distance. Probably a week by foot, and shorter if you can get transportation and horses or what have you.
Okay. Well, sorry, go ahead.
We might look into those methods of traveling faster.
Melisari's nodding thoughtfully and says, well, we're not gonna get there by end of day anyway, so...
As I say, they have been there a while, and I do not see any damage, injuries, slings, bandages, splints, anything like that about them. So if they have been in
You
regular,
can probably see like a scratch or two, but yeah, nothing particularly concerning at the very least.
yeah, I imagine that maybe a scar here or there, a healed wound, but like nothing. Like they don't look laid up in any way.
Yeah, nothing currently painful.
Whatever it is they are facing, they seem that they are handling it, and it has not as yet overwhelmed them.
Okay.
The boy seems in good spirits.
Then I suppose I feel comfortable taking the time. Ringing this bell.
We will be safer and more helpful to them should they need it if you have the space. So I think you should feel fine to take this time. It is better.
Anyway, she'll keep kind of nodding along and say, "Well, then I will meet you guys at the
Statue, 5 hours.
you know, you said our things, 5 hours."
He just smiles. He's very clearly like trying to you provide like a calm, comforting take on everything that's going on for you. Be reassuring.
Not helpful. But anyway, like I said, she kind of nods along and says, "Well, then I will meet you in about 5 hours."
Very well. Good luck with the spells.
She just nods. I'm enjoying this lighting.
Aurelian?
I'm trying to get something relatively fancy.
Aurelian, what is this, do you want to speak to our new friend about the sword? Aware that they maybe do not like it?
That, yeah, let's do that.
Okay,
Better than not doing that, I suppose.
very good. Then it will be up to the DM. Do you want to do the magic scene or the dragon scene first? Which are
let's-
you more ready to do?
Since the dragon scene doesn't exactly take a building, let's do that. I have some idea of how that should go.
Okay.
So you try to go someplace where you're not likely to be overheard, or do you just kind of talk wherever?
I mean, I think that we would, since I imagine she's still kind of escorting us.
Yes.
we
She's fine letting Malsara go off on her own, but she is trying her best to stay close to you in particular.
Then it would get her attention and say that we wish to discuss something concerning dragons, and see if she felt comfortable talking about that here or wanted to go elsewhere.
I think first, dragons, you say? Well, is it something dangerous concerning perhaps things concerning your friend, or just questions in general?
Kind of try to like share the spotlight here with Aurelian, indicate that he can jump in at any time as I fumble through an answer. The, we are in possession of an item which a dragon might find a cause for concern that we wished to talk with you about.
Yes, that's a succinct way of putting it.
Hmm. We'd best get someplace quiet.
Right.
I, uh, there is going to be at least one place like that in the city, so she'll lead you to it.
He's doing his burpees. Alright, 1 and 2 and a hop! Okay, that's where it is.
Sure. Works for me.
I just randomly threw my token and said, yeah, that's where the building is. Oh. There he goes.
That was me. Rather than if you've lost your token from removing it, just tap on your icon, it should take you right to it.
He's sneaking away!
Now, what is it you wish to discuss?
Going to make meaningful eye contact with Aurelian and say,
Should show her the weapon.
You have it.
I have it?
Yeah, it's in your tobacco holding.
Yeah.
So we found us.
Yep.
Well, it's a sword for me. Was it originally a sword or is it shapeshifting?
It is specifically a rapier.
Okay. So we found a sword that doesn't like dragons.
Is it sentient or just particularly effective?
Well, not sentient, no. Effective and,
Cursed.
well, cursed. Yeah, that wasn't the word I was looking for, though. Like it clouds your mind if you're near a dragon or see a dragon, so that you try to kill the dragon.
Is it specific for magics?
Dragons.
Just dragons in general.
Dragons.
Chromatics, metallics, sea turtles.
Dragons. I don't think it's not that picky. Just dragons.
We have seen two, I think, dragons since coming into possession of this sword, and both of them caused our friend to desire to chase down and destroy this dragon.
The second one did. I think the first one.
Yeah, he got away with it on the first one.
yes. Well, I mean, you fought off the desire to do it that time. The second time, you did not. You made the save on the first one, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the second instance was the blue dragon out in front of the city, and we figured that this is an acceptable case. So we did not stop him, but after this, and we could not stop him because of the curse. So we figured that
Faster than them.
and yes, he is also faster than us. This is true. We could not keep up. But once the dragon was defeated, killed, then I was able to remove the sword from him, and I put it in my bag, and this is the sword.
How do you get it out of the bag?
Probably would have just reached in and grasped it by the hilt.
Okay, wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh, you can't even touch it?
the way this thing works is it has a gotcha. If you are aware of a dragon and you are in possession of it, it attunes and attempts to activate the curse.
Oh, poopy. Nobody explained that to me. Oh! Wisdom saving throw. Okay, that might work, though. What?
Did we know that?
I
Did
don't
I
know.
ever cast Identify on it?
If
It
that's
has
part-
been explained at the very least out of character, and I think in character, but it's also been a month. So
Yeah,
I
and
think
also
I'll...
the
Yeah.
information regarding the actual curse isn't on the item, so
Yeah.
well, yeah, it's not where you can see it.
But also,
It's
like,
curse
curse,
stuff.
anything that is part of the curse is generally hidden from Identify.
Yes,
yeah.
but
But I mean, like,
I
I
let
should have been
Aurelion be aware of it.
Oh,
because
yeah.
he
If you
has
explained it to us,
experienced
that's
curse.
something. Anyway, I got a 24.
That will pass.
Good at wisdom.
If you have 3 things attuned, you are now attuned to this, and
Poopy.
'cause-
Wait, something gets bumped off?
yes, you gotta choose which thing, but it is a thing. That
No.
is part of this weapon's gimmick.
My circlet of psychic enhancement.
The thing you could have used to mage hand it out of the bag.
If I'd remembered, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Merde.
meh.
I have become attuned to the sword.
Oh, right. Yes, cursed.
I thought that I would have time. I did not realize it could happen instantaneously.
I forgot about that.
I had as well, if you had mentioned it at least. Anyway, don't worry.
Mention that too. I might have forgotten that too.
It's no one's fault. Do not worry. Anyway, unfortunately, I am now attuned to this. I need to break my attunement to this sword. I find a way. Double merde. It was resistant to remove curse, was it not? It needed to be quenched in a dragon.
Well, you are under its effects, so I can give you the full gambit.
Yeah, just tell me if I'm able to use remove curse to get it off me or not.
Technically, no, but so long as you're not actively under its effects, you can just attune something else in its place. That's
can't.
why it's an instant attunement.
Oh, okay. I'm going to set the thing on the table and begin focusing on the the circlet again. Like,
I'm attuned to it, but I can fix this now. Do not worry. Anyway, sorry, Aurelian. I have pulled out the sword. Continue your explanation.
Isn't there like something? Wasn't there like a blue gem that started to do
Yes.
something?
There would be well, I don't remember if they're gems, but like there are basically 3 lights on it that are lit, and like 7 more that are dim. 1 for each color of dragon, both chromatic and metallic. With
Okay.
now white, blue, and either brass or bronze, kind of hard to tell, a light.
Okay. Well, I'll point out these. I'll gesture to them. Say, so the blue one, I did. That's from the dragon outside. These 2, I think these must have happened before we got it.
That is correct.
Because I don't remember attacking any white or whatever dragons. The whole idea is that basically once it is bathed, air quotes, in the blood of every color of chromatic or metallic dragon, either it breaks the curse on the item or it makes it worse. I'm hoping it breaks it.
Do we know if metallic breaks it and chromatic makes it worse, or is it totally, completely unknowable?
It's one or the other. It'll either happen or it won't.
Oh,
You know, it's not. But you've been attuned to it, so you should know.
yeah, I should know.
Let me.
It's a dice roll, and it's like it either
Yeah.
you either get a regular +3 weapon, or else you get like a weapon that wants you to kill everything.
So, for I will paste the pertinent parts of this into the Discord. So that's the curse.
Yes.
So basically, replace dragon with everything.
Everything. In any
You
event,
see anything that you want to kill that thing.
this is the most terrible curse, and I do not like it at all. In any event, you see why.
It's worse.
You see why I wanted to bring this to the attention of a dragon, as I think that you would have the perhaps best thoughts on what should be done safely and carefully about an item that compels its wielder to kill dragons.
At the best of times. Worst of times, it compels its wielder to kill everything.
I figured that it
At the
would.
very best of times, it doesn't compel its wielder to do anything, and that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping we get to that point.
But you have come out and shown us kindness and helped to protect us and your society, so I have a great deal of trust for you as a silver dragon, and so I'm hoping that I am correct in bringing this, that we are correct in bringing this to your attention, and that perhaps we can avoid any troubling revelations between us, because we would not want this to be used against you.
He sounds so uncomfortable.
He's
For good
attuned to a thing that might make him want to kill the person he really doesn't want to kill.
It's adorable.
Well, I am glad. I'm glad you have brought this to my attention. And you said you have now attuned to it?
It is the curse, because I am aware that you are a dragon. When I touch the sword, it becomes instantaneously attuned and try to compel me to kill you. Full disclosure, but I was able to resist the compulsion, so you are safe, and I am currently in the process of unattuning the sword.
And you say that if the conditions are met, it either gets destroyed
It becomes
or
relatively harmless. It either becomes relatively harmless, like it's still a sword.
It's still a magic sword.
Yes, a magic sword. It'll still be a magic sword, but it'll just be a magic sword. Pretty mundane for a non-mundane item. Or else it will become a problem.
A tyrant's weapon.
so. Is there any chance you could explain in detail what these outcomes are?
One is it becomes a bit more magical, generally magical sword, but it doesn't have any other interesting properties besides. Just
Alright.
your regular magical sword. The other possibility, which is less likely to happen, is that the compulsion one feels to slay dragons becomes a compulsion to slay pretty much anything.
Then it would become either incredibly harmful or harmless on that one option alone. If it's all creatures, would you not seek to slay yourself as well?
I don't know. If you picked it up, would you try to stab yourself with it?
I don't know, and
I
you
don't know
can't
either.
afford to find out.
I do not want to find out.
No, that would be.
I have no intention of touching that thing.
This is... it is very good, but I still appeal to you in hopes that you can tell us what we should do with it, as I am worried about it. Like, I can keep it in this bag, and no one will return to it, but this is still something that could fall into possessions elsewhere at another time. Is there a safe place to put it, or do you simply want us to look after it for you?
Well, there are a few options. You could try and seek this thing's destruction and take that risk. That just make it become worse. Or, assuming you do not want the death of dragonkind, which seems to be the case here, have it sealed away somewhere.
I look to Aurelia and I say, I will tell you right now, my friend, I am an extremely risk-averse person. If there is this 50-50 chance that it goes super evil, I do not wish...
75-25.
I still do. In which direction?
Well, I said that the bad one was less likely to happen.
Still... I do not love it. I will look at the sword again.
We can destroy it afterwards then. It's a bit difficult to destroy, but...
So we should hang on to it.
I would like to see if we can improve it, and if we can't, destroy it.
Let me look at the blade for a moment. What?
If Gazrine's going to speak up and say, what you do with this, I will leave to you. But should you wish for it to be destroyed, I'm willing to donate some blood, so as to hopefully save one of my brethren from running afoul of that blade, should you fall and it find a new owner.
Advantageous that you should mention this yourself, as I was going to ask an important question to the DM, and that is just a reminder that the things on it that indicate dragons that it has bathed in the blood of, whether or not it killed, I don't know, was, you said, brass or copper and blue and green?
Blue and white.
Blue and white. But definitely...
my intention is for it to be basically white, oh not white, it would be blue and the two lowest tier dragons from both chromatic and metallic.
I see. But definitely not silver.
Definitely not silver.
My understanding of the curse is that it is a 75-25 split, no matter which set of dragons you finish first.
It's not, it's all 10, not a set of 5.
Oh, okay. Then in that case, and silver is, there's only the 3 right now.
Correct. Then you have 3 out of 7, and this would give you a 4th.
Then I will say, in light of you making that offer, I also agree that perhaps such a weapon should be destroyed if possible. And if the blood is the way to do it, I would like to know if it needs to kill or if it only needs blood. If it's only blood, then perhaps this can be a simple matter.
Simple for the metallic half, perhaps.
At the risk of earning the ire of one so great as yourself, I imagine that the metallics also would like a chance not to be slain by such a weapon, and would like to render it neutral. But I only assume.
Well, that you will have to find out for yourself. For I will have nothing to do with this directly.
Very
I
well.
cannot afford to try and hide it, nor destroy it myself. Something like this would either have me end unpleasantly by its own curse, or would likely burn me at the very touch, for all I know.
Then, in the light of your decision and in allegiance with your desire to remain as tangentially involved as possible, I would humbly request, and he will kneel, a sample of your great and chronic blood to quench this blade in hopes of finding a way to dismantle its power.
I will do that, but it is best that we wait until we are leaving the city. Me walking around with a bandage on my hand is not exactly common and could be noticed, and, well,
I could heal you, great one.
yeah?
I serve the Dark Lady Listray, and I wield her power to mend wounds.
Very well. Let us give this a try. Do you have a dagger I could borrow?
I will first look to Aurelion if he wants to offer something. Otherwise, I have the finessed force.
To Aurelion?
Was muted again. Yeah, I have a dagger. I offer up a dagger, and I say, I think we should probably try a couple of drops first, just to see, does it need a lot of blood? Because if it doesn't need a lot of blood, then that's better.
Agreed, but, well, let us give this a try. She'll go and, assuming you give her the dagger, pricks her finger and will try getting a few drops in the blade. But nothing appears to happen. Shall we go for broke?
I worry that to go for broke would mean death. So let us find somewhere in the middle.
Just my hat. And she'll go and make a sizable cut on her hand. And kind of drip it, like, all on the length of the rapier. And after a few moments, the blade seems to almost drink in the blood that was put on it, and the silver light begins to glow.
It worked. We did not need to cause the death of a dragon in order to gain the power.
That's right. Took a bit of blood, though. Might want to heal that.
Yes, if you will, please lend me your hand.
She holds it out to you.
I will cast
Shuts it
a
off.
healing spell. Yeah, that's what I do. I will cast a healing spell. I imagine she's done some damage, so I will use a 3rd level Cure Wounds. So she can have 8 and 8. 21 hit points.
And with that, her wound, both the prick in her finger and gash in her hand, will heal up completely.
There you go. No bandage needed.
Thank you. One of the few things I
how
can't
are we
do
putting
myself.
that back into? Are we getting this back into the bag of holding?
I'm still attuned to it. It takes an hour to change attunement, so I should be able to just grab it by the hilt and just drop it into the bag like like a live lobster that's snapping at me.
Well, you don't even have to do that because the curse can only trigger on a dragon like once every 24 hours or something like that.
Yeah, but I mean, he's still just being, like, overly cautious with it.
Fair enough.
Alright, with that takes care of that. Shall we find something more recreational to do while we wait for Melisari?
Sounds like an idea to me.
Alright, we'll let Melisari have her scene, and then we can discuss what it is we do.
Julian will suggest a nice bar.
Take that. Take that under advisement.
Alright.
Oh my god, I want to come back and find you guys so completely wasted.
Look,
hysterical.
we have had a time.
Alright, so at least as far as lighting goes, it's now a bit more accurate.
Okay, so I walked in, I met the attention of the person, I said this sounds like, I was told this is a good place to learn spells and shit. He asked me who I was, I gave him my name and my purpose, and yeah, you needed a name for him.
Yes, which I do have. Now I'm trying to remember how I pronounced it. Hello there. Oh, sorry. My name is Zazira. What in particular is it? Oh, no, you already want to learn spells. So,
Yes.
what spells is it you are looking for?
Primarily, I'm looking to learn clairvoyance and contact other plane. Although I was also hoping to find if you had a scroll for true seeing that I might be able to buy, or knew where I could buy one.
Well, there is a Temple of Ione that would certainly have one, but I believe we may have one or two as well. Do you simply need the notations to copy, or are you needing actual instruction?
Out of character, probably just the spells to copy, right?
Yep, just spells.
Yeah. I mean, unless the instruction would make things faster or something, but
No, this is more like
yeah.
this would be like either increasing your intelligence or having someone trained to be a wizard in general.
Yeah. Oh, just the spells to copy.
Very well. It was clairvoyance, true seeing, and the other was
A scroll of true seeing is the scroll that I need.
yes.
I can't quite cast that yet. And then contact other plane was the other, clairvoyance and
Contact of their plane. Quite the inquisitive individual, aren't you?
She'll just kind of nod.
Very well. None of those would be kept on this lower level, but is, so I will be back momentarily. Feel free to have a seat and peruse. Excuse me. And peruse what we do have down here.
I will, thank you.
Ah. Huh, those are new.
I will peruse.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find the where they put the bookshelves and stuff.
But what kind of perusing will you do? Will you peruse by skimming over things and reading just the gist, or will you peruse by deeply reading and gaining a thorough understanding of what you're seeing?
I'm reading titles. That's probably about as far as I'm getting right now.
Oh, so it's that kind of perusing. Peruse is a
Oh
contronym.
yeah, I remember that. I remember that now.
Peruse is a contronym, also known as a bastard word.
Agreed. Just like silent letters, things that do not belong.
Don't learn French then.
I have no intention to.
I am offended by this accusation.
I had a hard enough time when I started learning Spanish. That's why I failed and went for American Sign Language, because I just have so much trouble with auditory stuff.
Merde.
Putain. The only curses I know in French.
So,
My favorite
gives
will
a
always
chance.
just be merde. Nice, quick, fun to say. You can put
Yeah.
so much emotion into that one syllable.
so you'll see him step into the section of water and rise up, not particularly quickly, but it's not any slower than a ladder up to the next floor.
Is this something that I might have seen before?
Nope.
You wake up one day
The
and
only
there's...
place I could think of where it might be is like the one Mage's Tower you've missed.
There's just an acolyte floating in it one day. They needed to go up too many floors at once.
And didn't bother to, like,
Take a deep enough
realize that they needed to breathe and step off at a different floor.
breath. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm investigating the water sphere or water pillar now instead.
Alright.
I want to poke it.
Okay, what do you poke it with?
My hand.
Full hand?
I mean, I'll maybe do tips of my fingers first.
Alright, then you stick in a finger or two and you can feel like getting pulled upward.
It didn't like that touch.
I think I'm gonna kind of let it drag up my hand a little bit and then pull it out.
Like, do you put in your full hand?
No, just still the tip of my finger, but
Okay,
you said
just-
you felt it pulling up.
Just making sure.
I'm guessing that if I were to put my whole hand in, it would suck me in and start pulling me up.
A little bit.
Which does sound very fun, but considering he left me here instead of
Dragon. Was that something
telling me to
else you
follow.
needed?
What?
The dragon just sees you splash out of the thing. Goes, was there something else you needed? Nope, just playing.
Yep.
That. That, my own amusement.
It amuses me.
Alright, and so it'll be a few minutes, but, then... Viziera will return and offer you, the notation to copy. Let's say... So, yeah, right then. We do have the scroll you're looking for, though it is not cheap.
She'll nod. And how much?
You know, out of character, as I don't quite remember what my pricing scheme was for scrolls, I'm gonna just wing it and say 600. 100 per level.
She'll appear to think about it for a minute, and then kind of nod her head and say, "Yes, that's reasonable. I just thought I'd ask. Another time, perhaps."
Very well. That I did not bring with me for this reason. But these are yours to copy, so long as you have either are willing to pay a small fee or can uh, prove membership.
I would not be able to prove membership.
Uh, that is up to you, because this is, well, this place would likely be affiliated with the different, Mage's Towers, which are somewhat connected, and you have been to most of them. So,
Yeah. What would be stipulations involved with such a membership? Just to try and figure out if it's something she would be even willing to do.
well, it would be, I mean, it's pretty much, uh, there can be a little bit of payment upfront into proof of skills, and the main thing is it's meant to be a kind of sharing of knowledge, so that if you create new spells, you don't have as much singular hold on them. They actually do get kind of copied and passed around. So the main cost is that if you make new spells, there is an agreement that at least after a short time, after say a year or so, uh, they are made more publicly available. Publicly to the guild.
Hmm. Decisions. I'm cheap, but I'm also goblin-y. I couldn't think of the actual word. I want to hoard my knowledge.
That is your decision, especially since you have a kind of spell in progress.
Yeah.
Though, the spells you keep, at least for gameplay purposes, will be yours for pretty much the entire length of the game, because if this thing takes more than a year, I've done something wrong.
Or you've done something right.
Oof, God.
Oh my god, if only. We're gonna say she would have prized her privacy more. And go with the fee.
It's not too bad, considering the extravagance that spells tends to bring. It is 5 gold for every hour you're using our space to copy things down. And you must be within our space to use our materials.
Of course. That is certainly reasonable.
So it's effectively just like 5 gold per spell level.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's 10 gold per spell level. Sure, it was for first level, but they would cut things down.
Yeah. Yeah.
And once you have started a new hour, the full payment is due. No hadsies, no rounding down.
She'll nod. I accept those terms.
Very well. Here are your materials.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll
And
take that
here's the
first.
First 5.
Thank you. And if you run out of inks or your spellbook suddenly becomes full, do let me know. We have those for just such occasions.
She will smile and say thank you. Hopefully I won't have that issue.
He nods his true business and starts attending to other possible customers. So, what is the total time for your copying?
Let's see. The total level was 3 and 5, so 8. 8, which would be times 2, but we're going to ignore it because they're both divination spells. 8, and then divided by 2 for the glasses would be 4 hours.
Right. 5, 5. Yeah, okay. Make sure it still works that same way. Yep, sounds good. So it would cost you an additional
20 gold.
20 gold, yes. On top of the materials required to copy down the spells
Yeah.
and the pages in your spellbook.
How
When you
many?
finish with the first one, whichever one that is, he will, not he, she will comment that you seem quite adept at copying these down, as you are doing it in just at lightning speed compared to most.
She'll just kind of smile and say, I'm a quick study.
Well, if you're a weak study that can be taught, do let me know. There are many here who could benefit from being able to do this type of work faster.
Just tip your glasses down and wink at him over the lens.
Unfortunately, this is not the type of thing that can be taught.
Shame. A shame indeed. Oh well. Happy studying.
Sorry, what was the last thing you said?
Happy studying.
Ah, thank you.
Because, like, at least in my mind, it's not as much copying things as it is kind of deciphering their
Yeah,
shorthand and things, which is why the classes in particular are helpful.
yeah. Most definitely.
Which is also why cutting down the speed is also cutting down the cost, because you don't have to kind of make different notations and realize, oh wait, that's not quite right.
Yeah.
So 4 hours pass, and you will have uh, your spells copied, and you are short this roll that you desired, but oh well.
Yeah, that's fine. I knew it could be, you know.
And so with that, is there anything else that people want to do in the slowly populating city?
Well, if she is good and tucked on her roleplay interactions,
I still need to buy the foci for clairvoyance.
Well,
it's
you
a
can do that
cool
here.
new door.
I'm gonna need to come back with more money for that.
It came with the ship set. But I'm like, that's a very nice looking wooden door. That's gonna go here.
And it's a double door that's a normal size. There aren't enough of those. Usually the double doors are like super big, where you're sticking two single doors together and they open weirdly.
Yeah, I mean, there's some stuff. It's like the red wooden ones, then you have like the stone ones, then you have like the iron ones, and that's like it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, and then of course you have like the round one, which is
Is that a tiny tiefling?
apparently. I did not expect it to be that short, but yes.
What?
So apparently there's a tiefling that came from a halfling, I'm going to guess.
Cute.
Tiny tiefling. Anyway, again, if she is all set on her roleplay there and is ready to settle down into the books, then I wanted to actually pull Aurelion's ear and figure out how we might spend the 4 hours that we are satisfied at the end. 5 hours.
There had been mention of looking into transportation.
Yes. We might benefit from spending a little time arranging our transit to the Silver Embrace. I don't imagine that to take too long. I'm thinking, it's a very warm place. I'm wondering if they have, I have been told that
This is like a pretty big city, right, DM?
Yes.
that large populated areas and in the surface world have these like a man-made baths. In the Underdark, we always found these, the underground streams and the waterfalls, and the thermal vents and the like, but it was all natural, Maybe we will redirect a little. I am told the bathing houses in the surface world are supposed to be quite magnificent. Do you know of these, Aurelian? He hates me.
Aurelia!
Yeah.
I asked you a question
Oh, what did you ask?
about bathhouses.
Oh my god. I missed that. Oh my.
Do you want to go to one?
Yeah, that sounds like something we could do.
Okay.
We've been on the road for a little while.
Yeah. I haven't seen a real bathhouse in a city yet. I was thinking we might also go to find transportation to Silver Vambrace. That way that's all done and taken care of when Miss Melissaria is done with her spell copying.
I
Yes.
enjoy that the accent has been completely abandoned
Yeah,
for the moment.
I'm sad.
Why are you sad?
Because I wanted to roleplay. So, where might we find transit, DM?
Well, if you're looking into, well, you're looking into purchasing things to make your own transit easier, or you're looking to more like rent or join a caravan.
Whatever seems like it will be easiest. We have an exorbitant amount of money that, Roland has no concept of, and just imagines that he can throw that money at things that he wants and it will never run out. It will
Well,
eventually run out. He is wrong, but he doesn't know that.
fair enough. The easiest and most practical way would probably be to join a caravan, as that this is the capital, so there are probably going to be constant supply lines from here to Silver Vambrace.
Perfect.
But the most throw money at the problem till it's not a problem solution would be to buy your own, like, horse and carriage.
Well, now I need a moment to think. Because I know he is... They're often looking for ways to get places faster, and without Ira to give them wind walk, it might be nice to own their own thing. But he also knows that they keep teleporting places, and that he doesn't want to deal with dragging horses and wagons and such through teleporters. So... Orion. Thomas.
I leaned on my mute button.
Now I'm getting a call. Give me a second, I'm sorry. Hello? Oh yeah. I'll come get that. Thank you. That was super fast. Food delivery. It was like 10 minutes. Anyway, what do you think of joining a supply caravan that will be heading to the Silver Vambrace as a way of getting there a little bit faster, and it probably won't cost us very much money?
That sounds like a really good idea.
Okay, I'm gonna go get my food. You set that up with the DM. I'll be right back.
Oh, I guess we set that up.
What was that? I couldn't remember the satisfied Cheetos.
You guys are setting up finding passage.
The thing with the
Alright, so...
caravan.
Caravan. Okay. So then... that would probably be most easily done from either the carriage area or like kind of bazaar style area. Sadly, my used car salesman NPC will have to wait till another day. So I will drag you guys over. As visiting will suggest talking to The Dragonborn, I'm just going to name Rusty at this point. Because that's a easy to pronounce name and stuff. I think Tristan has one named in it too, which is a slight problem, but I'm not going to worry about that. You know what, Mac? I'm going to go with Mac, the human named Dragonborn, because he's a merchant and needs to actually say his name correctly. So Mac is absolutely not his name, but that's what he goes by.
We're introduced to him.
Well, it's the same merchant that you guys had interaction with earlier,
Okay.
but now he just has a name. And so, you have been suggested that this is probably the best place to look for a drow-friendly caravan.
And they're telling us that Mac is the person to ask. Are they?
Yes, it's the same merchant that was friendly to you guys at the start that Jezreen took you to.
Okay. Well, I will approach him. Where am I?
Back for more? What can I help you find?
Well, we're planning on heading out to the Silver Vambrace, and we feel that if we tag along with a merchant's caravan, maybe offer herself as some sort of guards or security or something, it might be beneficial to us and them.
So you're looking to have me hire you on as security. That right?
I believe that's the plan.
Alright, well,
Makes sense to me.
put it up here. Let me see your arms and armor. Need to know I'm at least hiring good stock. That is not quite the place I wanted, but, oh well, that's where I'm at. So, what is it that you use to defend yourself?
I hold out a rapier, and then I find something that's really heavy, and I pick it up.
Interesting combination. Usually I don't see things that, slender. For someone, of your strength. Are you sure you don't need a warhammer? A maul, perhaps?
I like my swords.
Fair enough. I see you have a shield there. You get much use out of that, or is that for show?
It's new. I haven't really had much use of it yet.
So, more aggressive fellow then, yes?
That's one way of putting it, yeah.
Are you sure I couldn't interest you in greatsword? Who needs shield? Use two hands.
No, I'm fine.
Dragonborn have become Russian, which is not what I wanted, but we're here, so I'm sticking with it.
Sorry, I got lost. I'm here now.
You have been directed towards the Dragonborn shopkeeper that you had met previously to be hired on as caravan guards. And he now is officially called Mac, even though that's not his name. He just needs something easy to pronounce, because he, trades the front gates where he's going to see the largest variety of people.
Okay, so he goes by Mac.
Indeed.
Okay. Sorry to interrupt. Carry on. Aurelion.
And he's in the process of trying to sell Aurelion a nice, big, girthy weapon.
Wow. I just heard those words.
Indeed. You know, great sword, maul, great axe, something along those lines.
I think we're getting sidetracked here.
Yes. Alright, this looks acceptable. What about you? Roland, was it?
Yes, I am Roland. We are being hired as guards, or you are trying to sell me something else?
A bit of both. I need to see if what I'm paying for is good quality guard, so what do you have for equipment that you at least use?
I'm going to detach the finessed force hilt from my belt and just hold it kind of out, straight-armed between us. And it just looks like that weird jagged-ended hilt, like a broken weapon. And I'm going to will it on and have it turn into a mace.
Ooh, fancy. Well, I'm not very impressed with this one, at least as far as intimidation factor.
I'm going to have it turn into a great axe.
Oh, that's like for the record, when he was saying this one, he was talking about Aurelion. 'Cause he's using a rapier, even though he has lots of strength, so he's trying to get him to use it. But that thing, that will it'll either intrigue them into doing something stupid, or make them want to run for the hills. So, consider yourselves hired. I saw the other one was a mage, so that's well, I don't really know how to gauge that, so I'm just going to assume that's good.
Yes, she's very good at the spells that she casts.
Alright, well, you said you're going to Silver Vambrace?
Yes.
I don't have a caravan quite going that far, but I do have one stopping at the closest city. It'll get you most of the way. You'll have to make the last, what'll be a day or so on foot. So it should save you a few days of travel.
That'll do. I turn to Aurelion and just repeat. He's hiring us to guard the caravan?
That's what I got.
So, as you are taking your time to go this way, and go perhaps a tiny bit out of your way, depending on what might happen, I think 2 gold a day with additional hazard pay that we can negotiate here and now.
Two
And that is a person, not in total.
2 gold pieces per day, and what is your opinion of fair hazard pay, and what constitutes the hazard that initiates the pay?
Well,
Ow.
suppose I should say hazard or additional work. If there are rocks or somehow a tree that has mysteriously sprouted and blocked the road that you simply need to get out of the way, call that an extra gold. If you're just going to clear the path, because that threatens my pockets.
Alright. And, just so that
As far as extra... But as far as actual hazards of bandits or the like, I like to negotiate things in tiers. If it's a few ruffians blocking the road, 5 gold per person. If it's something more monstrous, like a giant scorpion bullet, call that 15 gold per person. If it is big ass dragon like you fought out there, call that 50.
would Roland know what a billet is?
No, he's just not really underground. 'Cause they don't like.
I mean, they are they're a burrowing creature, so I'm debating either he's never heard of it or he knows of it and is surprised that they have them here too.
Yeah, let me go let me go take a quick peek at its description and environment tags.
Mm-hmm.
Monsters. Can't quite spell that right. Alright, it's common to grasslands, hills, and mountains. So I'm going to say it's not, and I'm going to add desert to that. But I will leave Underdark off. So I'd say that you're not familiar with them.
Okay. I do not know what it is, but I'm going to... I imagine it's a pretty populous place. There's lots of people walking around and engaging in commerce here, yeah?
Yes. This
I'm gonna
is kind of a bazaar type area.
Okay. Do I
Just
see
like
other
black
people,
buildings.
like, wearing weapons, perhaps?
Everyone would have at least probably like a dagger or at bare minimum, but
Maybe there are guards. I mean, somebody who looks like they would be hired to do this job.
there would be guards and the like.
Okay. Then I will point at the nearest example of another person who might be hired to do this job, and I will say to Mac here, this pay, this 2 gold per day plus hours, this is what you would pay this person over here for the same job?
I might pay him a little bit more because he will take the ride back, but you're going one way.
I'm going to narrow my eyes at him for a moment, and I'm going to activate the finessed force again into a little dagger, and I'm going to stab it through my hand. And then, without breaking eye contact with him, I'm going to put the finessed force away, and then I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on myself, healing the hole in my hand.
Ooh, fancy magic man. Okay, that raised price. If you can keep my other employees alive, I make it 4 gold per day. Plus acid.
At this point, I will raise the hand that I did not stab my own blade through and extend it to him.
You're going to be alright? No, go get hurt.
Oh, no. I only didn't extend it to him because I imagined the armor there is covered in blood. I'm fully healed.
Okay. Then
This was a courtesy thing that I didn't go to shake with the previously wounded hand.
fair enough. Then instead he'll say, you certainly know how to make a point. A painful point, but a point. And he'll shake your hand.
I'm just gonna smile at him as I shake his hand.
The caravan will leave in a few hours. Because it's still kind of morning-ish, I think. Actually, I think it's kind of noon. She teleported to the east, so time went forward. So I'll say, so I guess instead he'd say, the caravan will leave in the morning.
That makes sense.
It's best, well, actually, well, no, makes a lot more sense to say. The caravan will leave this evening, because traveling at night when it's cooler will probably help.
Yeah, traveling at night is a good idea in the desert.
So, you may want to get some rest while you can. Nighttime travel is commonplace here. It's much cooler, especially when working in armored conditions. Though those paddings I sold you earlier should assist regardless of time of day.
He's going to be nodding along at this, and then he's going to, make quick eye contact with Aurelion and say, for resting up before the trip, there is perhaps a bathhouse in the city.
Oh, we certainly have one, but to bring coin, water here can be used to show great extravagance. And that is certainly imposed at the bathhouse. There are, of course, cheaper options for those of us to simply stay clean, but if you want to relax, there is little limit on how much coin one can spend.
Have I been to a desert before? This is my first time.
I'd say probably not, based on the areas that you're from and where you ended up.
Not his first time or not been to one before?
Not been to a desert before. Because the kind of one of the quirks of my world, which just kind of how I was making it by accident. The biomes are somewhat separated, and you've just not been in the section of the world that has a desert. Though, if you do find yourself far enough south, I do recommend checking out the ice portal. It is a strange land, goes straight from being flaming hot to freezing cold.
Is it ice border?
If you look on the world map, there's a spot where it cuts straight from this deserty area to like icy tundra.
Very well. Look into that. Thank you for getting out of this setup while I was preoccupied early on. Sorry to put that on you.
Quite alright. Where are we now?
We are just departing, I think, from Mac. I'm going to find this bathhouse. I do not care what it costs. I wish to relax.
I suggest you bring your friend, though. She might get jealous. This is the best place to clean off before heading out. It gets dusty on the road. He also puts road in air quotes. Because this place doesn't actually have much of roads, because it's pretty much flat. Like, it's relatively flat rock for most of the natural terrain, especially like squishy dirt.
She is currently occupied, but I will make sure she knows that you highly recommend what we are about to do.
Yeah. Best of luck, and I'll make sure to send extra gold with my caravan to cover your pay as days go by. Should you need to leave early, that is fine, but of course, you'll only have the pay that you have accumulated by that point. Though I would appreciate it if you go the full way, or at the very least, help them through the riverbed.
And if the full way for them is only part of our way, then I think that is reasonable.
Yes, with your adventuring types, it is worth noting. Every once in a while, they go chasing squalls. Well, never hear from them again.
I have chased many squirrels in my very long life, and I imagine I will not find one in this environment.
What is a squirrel, anyway? It's an expression I picked up from running stand here.
Small.
Is it like lizard?
No, it is a squirrel is like a mouse, and it lives in a tree.
I'm somewhat familiar with tree. More concepts. But
Tree.
mouse? Is that also like lizard?
Yes, it is like furry lizard.
Furry lizard. That like feather?
Yes.
He now has
Whatever he compares it to, I'm just going to say yes.
Yeah, he now has a very different idea of what a squirrel should look like, but it's great. I will definitely use this against you at some later point. I've heard someone sell squirrel kebabs and it'd be like lizard on a stick with feathers sticking out of it.
Roland has neither the capacity nor the patience to properly explain this. He wants to go bathe.
Yep. Well, no, he's just kind of thinking of thoughts, so you are free to leave and head to the bathhouse.
Let's do that.
Alright, so I can't think of anything other than perhaps getting refreshment but to do after the bath, so we just spend all of our time there, perhaps, just getting nice, clean, soft-skinned.
There's a whole variety of options at the bathhouse.
Good. I want to make sure that I smell perfumey and that I have been perhaps pampered by whomever is there. if
there
they
are
work
perfumes,
there.
there are regular baths, there are massages, there are saunas, there are ice baths, which are particularly popular because
Okay.
deserts.
I'm gonna try everything. How much do I owe you?
Everything? For just you or for everybody?
Aurelion, do you also want to try everything?
Nope.
Just me.
Yeah.
Just you. I'm gonna say 500 gold.
500 gold. Let's look at the little bindle here. What have I got in my
So afraid.
What have I got in my pouch? I've been spending at a good clip. I've still got 1,200 gold. Yeah, you can have 500. Boopity boo. Gold. 500. Remove.
And you will be very... Well, the initial shock of getting into the ice is unpleasant. You will find it very pleasant afterward, after a small adjustment. To the point that you actually will receive the effects of a long rest.
Woo! That is excellent for me, because that comes with my spells back, right?
Yep, it is a full long rest, it's just a very expensive way to go about it.
I'm okay. I was out of a lot of my good levels of spell, so this is great. Just in case I need anything.
If you wish to recommend it to the others, it will have the same effect for them as well.
Well, as soon as I go through the whole thing, I'm just gonna, come back to, Aurelion, who I imagine has just been, soaking in the original bath, however much that
I
costs.
suppose since you went for, the perfume and massage and all that other stuff,
Yeah.
add +1 to... just add +1 to your charisma stat for, say, the next week.
Okay.
Wow, that's long-lasting
Is that
perfume.
a plus
Well,
one?
it's the perfume, it's the massage, it's kind of the whole thing, and bathing doesn't happen as regularly for adventurers, and so I assume the stats take that into account.
Yeah.
And so I'm letting this last for a bit.
So that's +1. Just a +1 to the stat, so from 10 to 11, not 10 to 12, right?
+1 to the modifier.
Oh, okay, so there we go.
And then just a general +1 to skills for the next day or so.
Okay. No idea if there's an easy way to do that.
If not, then take your best guess. And, apply
I'll just
what you feel is
add
important.
1 to... I'm trying to find a easy way to do it. Add 1 to proficiency? No, that won't do it. Anyway, I'll just remember. +1 to skills. I'll put that on note in on my sheet. It's fine. Alright, so yeah, I come back. I am just glowing in my skin. He looks so happy and refreshed and covered in scars that are normally covered by his armor as he's just walked up in a towel. Honestly, how much does he care about modesty inside the bath? He might not even have a towel. Sorry, Aurelion. Alright, that's a 17 on die. He's aware that other people might expect him to wear a towel. He'll wear a towel. He's just gonna say, "My friend Aurelion, you have to try this. I have never felt this good in my 500 years of life."
And that is probably a true statement, to be honest.
I cannot imagine why they would not want such luxury is true, but available resources down in the Underdark. Not even the priestesses get treated as well.
How much did you pay for the ice bath?
I have no idea. They took some money from me and I still have a lot left.
He paid for getting basically every experience without having to go and list them. He paid 500. The ice bath is probably... The ice bath is probably 150 of that. It's a sizable portion because it's
magically make the ice
in a desert.
Yeah, I'll be. No, I'm fine where I am, thank you.
Oh, you're missing out, but alright, I cannot force you. That being the case, I think we've got perhaps an hour and a half left before we have to meet with Melisari. So, I'm good. I'm going to find refreshments at the bar near the statue. Do you wish to stay in the bath, or do you wish to come with?
I'll join you shortly.
Alright.
And the bathhouse would actually likely be relatively close to the statue area.
Alright, if that's the case, then I will just point out, like, a bar that we
like-
passed on our way here and be like, I'm gonna be at that one.
Yeah, because this is meant to be like, pretty much anything close to the statue is meant to be kind of a highbrow area, and the bathhouse is definitely that.
I have to step away for a second. I'll be right back.
Whoop, whoop. Okay, so we'll go get our... Where did the statue go? I thought it was around here.
Oh, it never got placed. Like, so I will place something down. Alright, so do this. So
yeah, then,
this is probably the closest thing to a statue, so I'm gonna plop it here-ish. So I'm just using the dragon token as a statue.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can't you just turn the dragon character token into an object or something? A prop? How do we do that? Wait, I know that you can turn props into tokens.
You can turn props into tokens, but not the other way around.
Should be able if only there were a way to be like, I want to skin this and just change the color of it. Like, make it stone, make it metal, whatever. That'd be neat. Wah! Hello.
That token's the most kind of contained to its little space, so
Yep.
I'm using that one.
Boop. Makes sense to me.
Though I imagine the wings would be spread on the actual statue because A, it looks cool, and B, shade.
True. They've just got like little gardens to either side where people can just lay out in a little bit of luxuriate in the shade of the wings at certain times of day.
I wonder if you could position the head in such a place you could actually use it as a sundial too. That'd be interesting.
Seems like it should be possible, right?
I'm going to say that they do.
Well, there you go. Anyway, so I will have refreshment. Now that I am super clean, smell great, and feel amazing. And I will wait for Melisari. Once the appointed time grows near, I will head over to the statue.
Okay.
So, unless people have other things they need to be doing, I'm trying to drag everyone to the statue.
I did want to ask about how long do you think that initial and any like goodbyes and whatever would have taken?
And any goodbyes? 10 minutes, probably at the most.
Okay. Including introductions.
Well, okay, let's call it 15.
Okay, sounds good. And walking distances. If I wanted to take a detour over back to the potion guy. Actually, you know what? Before I leave, I'm going to ask them if they have, like, just basic empty vials for sale.
The Mages Guild?
Yeah.
Yeah, they'd have some. If they're listed in the book, use that price.
Okay.
If not, then I'll come with one later.
Okay.
So it's like
there it is.
340 feet. We cover 60 feet around. Yeah, plus
I think you mean 900 feet.
No, I don't. So that's 340, 60. So that says it takes about 6 turns. I'm going to multiply that by, like, say, 8 if you're not just straight running and the twists and turns. So 45, 6 for the number of seconds. And then divide that by 60 for the number of minutes. So it'll take you about 4.5 minutes of walking.
Okay. So I will be getting back around with about half an hour to spare. And
And that's assuming you don't want the detour to the shop. So.
Yeah, no, it was just to get vials. So if the Mages Guild has vials, I can buy.
Yep.
That's fine.
Then that is your time.
I'm adding 10 vials
All right.
and
If
heading
you
over to the
If you
statue.
want more, you'll probably need to go someplace else because it's not like one of their primary things. So 10's probably close to their full stock.
If they express any sort of hesitations, I'm happy to go like down to 5.
No, they don't express hesitation. They're happy to sell their stuff. They just have to go get more.
Okay, that's fine. Then I will make my way to the square, and
That
I'm
or just empty
assuming
more.
what?
I said that or just empty more.
Ah, yeah, that's fine. Wait, well, I'm making my way over here. I'm assuming that Roland's not coming out a half an hour early, so I might also decide to go try and find some refreshment.
All right. What type of refreshment?
I don't know, a cool beverage, and what time of day is it?
I'd say at this point, like 2, 3-ish. So mid to late afternoon.
Lunch.
All right. There would definitely be a place for that. If you stay near the statue, prices are going to be expensive because this is the expensive part of town.
Yeah, that's fine.
So then it'll be like, if you're wanting gold, I'm gonna say like 3 gold. There's a gold limit lunch. I'm sorry, I'm tired. So if you want lunch, it could be like 3 gold if you stay near the statue.
Yeah, that's fine. Great.
And you of course could spend more, but that's like the reasonable lunch.
Oh, I'm a dumbass. Sorry, I forgot how fucking math works. I also need to buy the foci. And I actually do have enough money for it. So I'm gonna say that I did that.
Okay, perfect. You're fine.
Okay, I did the math right the first time. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Okay.
Yeah. So while you do that, I'm gonna start a little roleplay over here.
I feel so poor now.
So, Roland, did you enjoy those ice baths?
Are you directing this at me?
Yes.
And who is asking?
Jezreen.
Jezreen. Ah, okay.
Hold on, pause for a sec.
Okay.
Do we want to roll some sort of percentage or something to see if I happened into the same place that they did?
It's likely, yeah.
Sure. You want high or low?
Low.
Alright. Do you want to roll it or should I?
I'll roll it. I've got...
Oh, sorry.
Shit. 0 would just be 0, yeah?
It is 0 unless the other one is 10
It's
or
also
0. So if you have 3 zeros, that's 100.
Okay, yeah. So then, that's a 1. So I guess I happen into the
That's
same place.
impressive.
Yeah, it is.
The lowest possible result. I'm impressed.
Yep.
Alrighty. So yeah, you guys are in the same place. So would this be post? Would you have bathed and then eaten, or eaten and then bathed?
I bathed and then came here.
Okay. So then, unless Melisari has something that she's wanting to say as she walks in, you'd be able to hear the conversation I was about to start.
But before, how much did I spend on that bath?
Depends. What just a bath?
Just bath.
A gold.
Okay.
My experience was worth 500 of your experiences.
He was just getting clean.
No,
You were
I know.
getting pampered.
I'm just being a bitch.
Which would have also probably included wine or other food delicacies while being bathed.
I flashed money, so nobody gave me any trouble, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, good. Absolutely nobody gave me trouble, or absolutely people...
You were fine.
Okay.
Money,
You got
money
the
forgives
discount.
pretty much all grievances in this place.
Good. What'd you say, Thomas?
I said you got the drow discount.
Wouldn't that be an upcharge?
That's his point.
Yeah, that's a euphemism.
Wow. Rude.
It is entirely possible that I have upcharged you without telling you.
Wow. I would have no way of knowing either. I didn't even really pay attention to how much it cost me. Like I told Aurelion.
Exactly why I'm not telling you. I would have upcharged you.
Like I told Aurelion, they took coins, I have a lot left.
Look at all my monies.
Perception to see who finds who first, or who sees who first.
I'm
Uh,
not paying
No
attention.
smash.
Alright. Perception at character sheet. Perception gets a +1. That's gonna be an 18.
I got 15 perception.
I win.
so she walks in, and you make eye contact her immediately.
Well, he notices me.
I notice her first. She doesn't notice me immediately, but me noticing her means that once Jezreel finishes asking the question, I will respond in a louder voice than I normally would have in hopes that my voice carries over and she hears me. So Jezreel asked if I enjoyed the bath.
I think with a 15, I probably would hear. Yeah.
And so I was about to...
Unless it's just a very noisy area.
No, it's not. This is like these are fairly quiet, like small kind of private or tables. This is again meant to be the higher end area.
Yeah. So, in a voice that is slightly louder than one might expect me to answer her, and maybe tilting my head a little so that it's I'm pointing my voice toward Melisari a bit, I'll just say, "Oh, yes, I did. It was indeed probably the best experience of my entire life, and I have never felt so good in my own skin."
I am glad you enjoyed them. I am the one who showed this city their benefits.
Well, then I
They had
owe...
very little way to freeze it themselves at the beginning, but a little bit of breath fixed that particular problem.
Well, there you go. Will add that to my list of things that I am grateful to you, Great Dragon, for.
Nowadays they have... I'm not sure if it's some sort of contraption, or if they've gone and dug something out of the barrier, but either way,
you do not
it
find
never
it...
Either way, it seems to never run dry, or I guess run hot in this case. So
And you are not required to be breathing on the water any longer.
No, I only did it on rare occasion in the olden days. I don't exactly live in the city. My home is Cloudspire.
I feel that I am not wanted to ask where that is.
I'm
It
gonna look at the
is
map.
relatively between here and your destination. It is the other major city of this area. It
Ah.
was my home long before the Dragonborn came. Some paid me reverence, and then more came. And soon enough, a small city had sprouted, and then it grew and grew. But it gets its name from my lair being in the general area, so I keep it nice and cloudy. Not dark, not gloomy, but enough cloud for some shade.
Yes, color me impressed, as I was given to understand that clouds were a very rare commodity in the desert.
Well, when you can supply your own humidity and your long-term presence gives you significant control over the weather, changes can be made, especially over long periods of time.
Far be it for me to covet near God in my own presence, but I will admit that I wish that I could have had such control over my environment once I left the Underdark. More of my brethren would have survived the years.
I am sorry for that, but power is not always easily found, nor controlled, for that matter.
Yes, and it is even less easily kept, as there will be those that wish to take it.
Indeed, I've certainly had my fair share of intended usurpers. But I am getting us sidetracked. I believe we have a new friend here. Well, not new, but
Oh, I like when I noticed Roll and I kind of inclined my head toward him, gave him an odd look when he was talking about. I don't remember exactly what you said, but maybe
Perhaps
just confusion. Yeah, I don't remember what specifically you said though that merited the confusion face, but
never felt so good in my own skin.
yeah, probably that. But I at that point wandered over and sidled into the table or booth seats.
I
Benches?
imagine that there would be like whatever drink I ordered would also have come with like an iced water or something, and so at the very least I would push the iced water over to Miss Melisari, as I would not have ordered for her. I didn't know that she'd come here.
yep,
Yeah,
there would be very cushioned seats, like chairs.
pleasant.
There probably be there might be like a bench on one side, but regardless, very cushioned.
Actually, would is it obvious whether it's like order at a bar or table service kind of thing?
Table service, most definitely table service.
Okay. Then yeah, I would have just come straight to here.
You
And if the ice water appears untouched, then I will sip
yeah,
at it.
he hadn't had a chance to sip at it yet. So he pushes it to you. Says, "They should be by to take an order along if you wish to wait for that. How did your studies go, Miss Melisari?"
Tiring, but useful.
Well, our friend at the front gate, Mac, turned me on to a very relaxing pastime you might try before we head out tonight, actually. Aurelian arranged for us to be guards on a caravan. Aurelian, this is actually your story to tell, not mine. Forgive me.
Yeah, we're going to be guards on a caravan.
Oh.
I'm going to turn and look at Roland and go, did you negotiate higher pay for everyone or just for yourself?
I have no idea. I assume it was
Yeah,
for everyone, but that is a very extremely valid question. I assumed that the 4 gold per day was for all of us, but it might just be for me.
Hmm.
And
I
what was the pay otherwise?
2
2
gold
gold per day. Plus hazard.
Plus, yes, which would be an extra 50% on top of that. So, that's a very good question, and I am sorry that I did not have an answer. It did not even cross my mind that that would not perhaps be raising the price for all 3 of us.
We could certainly make an argument for it. We're a package deal.
Indeed, I showed them that I could heal wounds.
And I'm sure they found that useful.
Yes, they were still only offering us the 2 gold per day, despite knowing that you are a competent wizard with so many powerful spells.
Well, I appreciate you advocating for me.
I always advocate for my friends.
She kind of tilts her head at the word, but doesn't say anything.
You know, he seems to really be thinking about having said the word. He seems incredibly relaxed. You've never seen him, like, he always seemed a bit, like, turned into himself, like, trying to keep his back to the world kind of appearance. He's, like, sprawled out on this curved bench, just, like, taking up space, just looks totally at ease, and he smells amazing.
She was gonna make a comment. What was the comment I was gonna make? Well, you certainly seem relaxed. Or rather, no, I was gonna say, kind of give, like, a half smile and say that, what exactly did you say to me about the bathhouse?
That it was an extremely relaxing thing that I got turned on to by Mac. That you might want to take care of before we leave tonight. I think I only described it as relaxing.
Okay. Well, that relaxation, Mac turned you onto seems to have done you good. I suppose I will have to seek that out.
Normally in my life, physical contact is unpleasant at best, given it's usually combat. They had this thing there, this service they offered. They called it a massage.
I'm assuming they have massages elsewhere in the world that I
Yes.
probably would have had opportunity
Yes,
to.
that you'd be aware of. Like, that's... It's
Yeah.
not a uncommon thing.
It's just, like, antithetical to what he was brought up in.
Yeah, no, definitely. That does sound quite nice. And she'll kind of roll her shoulders.
I do recommend it. I do not have the good words to describe exactly the meaning of this for me. Simply, I wish to impress upon you that it was a first experience. But time wanes, so order your drink, and we can talk about whatever you like, but I do recommend that if you want to do this, it should take some time. It's also apparently expensive, I don't know.
She'll chuckle. I think I already put in, or I already subtracted the gold that I was going to be paying. You said it was 3 gold, right?
Yeah, for the food, yeah.
Okay. And if I wanted to order maybe a glass of like a light wine.
Light wine's kind of the default drink. If you want something heavier or particularly expensive, there are other options. But
Okay.
in a place like this, light wine's kind of the default.
They just bring you that. You want something different, you gotta order.
Sounds great. That works for me.
Like, if you want ice water, you order that, because ice.
Oh my gosh.
Right? He says, tapping your glass so that the ice, like, shifts.
Wait, what?
And while they will refill it with water, they will not refill it with ice without additional charge.
The glass that he pushed towards you was iced water. It has ice cubes in it.
Am I aware of this additional cost for ice water?
Not, like, outwardly, but it's something you can easily assume, because it's a desert and that's ice, which shouldn't exist for miles.
Okay. Well,
Without the use of magic, that is, which is also, expensive in and of itself.
yeah. Does Roland, like after I sip at the water, did he just take it back?
No. He just reached across and tapped the side of the glass so that the ice shifted in it.
Yeah.
Like, to draw
Fine.
attention to the ice.
What did you say while you were doing that? I already forgot.
I think he just said... I had only just said the word right because it was, like, agreeing with the cost of the luxury.
Okay.
Just like, yeah, it costs more to get ice water because it's icy, and he's just like, yeah, see, it's nice, and taps the glass. And
Gotcha.
did we have Jesrian here to thank for there being such a luxury in the desert?
I think I probably heard most of that by that point.
Good.
So.
I may have started the interest, but I am by no means its provider. Not anymore.
Well, everything must start with an idea. That can't be discounted. Or the importance can't be discounted. And also realizing that the ice water costs more, she's gonna order another one and push it over toward Roland.
He'll bob his thanks and sip on it. That truly is a sort of amazing thing. I had not considered taking water even, or any beverage, and making it colder than the air. It was simply not something I had access to, and so never even thought about it.
Depends on the beverage.
If different beverages handle this temperature changes differently, I shall want to experiment.
Quick question for Roland. When he's getting food, is he ordering the most expensive food? Is he getting anything with the word ice in it?
What do I owe for the meal? I think that he was mostly just here for, like, drinks. But if there's
I'll put it
some...
this way: if he sees something labeled ice cream, what is his approach?
Oh my goodness. 14, so he's got some restraint. He'll ask about the price of it first, because Aurelion has impressed upon him that he's spending too much money. But I think that in general he would have just looked to Jezrien and asked what specialties in the area she would recommend to a visitor for the first time.
She would recommend the ice cream.
Of course she would. Okay, well, I guess I'm getting ice cream.
It would be 5 gold, but I think actually she'd offer to cover that particular one.
Oh, okay. How much for the drinks that I got if I just got, like, something a little bit harder than the wine, but not much?
A little bit
And then
harder
the ice
wine
water.
And the ice water. Since you're just getting drinks, let's say still just 3 gold, because Kate's getting Melsari is getting a meal, whereas you're just getting drinks.
Sounds good. Alright, I spend the 3 gold.
Whereas the ice cream is 5.
Right, but she's covering that as long as I don't get a second
Yep.
one. We'll find out if I get a... Hold on. Do I get a second one? I get a second one?
Oh my gosh. How much was just a single ice water?
Like 2 gold.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
But
right?
they'll refill the container with whatever you like. You're mostly just paying for the
You're
ice.
paying for the ice! Oh, you got a glass of water there. How much did it cost you? It cost me about 4 months worth of meals.
Oh my god. And I assume this is on top of my my meal.
Well, you're not paying for it, so...
Well, I bought one for Roland.
She did. It's true.
In
She got me.
or I ordered one for Roland to replace the one that he offered to me.
Then, yes, it would be.
Goody.
Now we've each spent 5 gold.
You're in the noble area. Everything is mentioned in gold. Silver does not exist. Platinum comes up on occasion. And no one has any clue what copper is or why it would be a thing.
Why would that exist? That doesn't sound useful at all.
You have so many. It would take so much weight and space. Who needs?
And my servants
you're
would
not
probably be
wrong.
crushed carrying all those coppers. And you know how expensive good servants are? Not very. But enough that it would be inconvenient.
What was I gonna say? Right. So I'm gonna have myself, assuming they have it, a nice salad, some nuts and berries mixed in.
Yep.
You know.
And there is a fair bit of, like, waiting, offering of, like, kind of smaller, less expensive things just entirely for free. Like the nuts type. You know, nuts,
Yeah.
maybe some berries.
Options.
But, like, there is a fair bit of additional service that goes uncharged, whereas other places that's what you pay for.
Yeah.
They got table gorp here.
Sounds great. So what time is it that we set out?
Evening when the sun is setting. I don't know how long that is from now.
Keen mind. What is, or how long till sunset?
Let's say 7, and this is like 3-ish, so you got 4 hours.
Okay, so about 4 hours from now. Perhaps I will investigate the bathhouse after we finish eating.
Right. Well,
Unless there's anything else you
We
can
can-
think of that we need to do.
I would like to double check how people are doing for time, as it is past
Yeah, we'll
7.
probably need to end.
And I know that Thomas just BRB, so I need to just ask you to right now.
No, that was earlier.
Oh, sorry. I had just started paying and I checked there, and that was a thing, so. Then do people want to do a smidge more, or should we call it there?
Well, I have to be up in the morning.
Alright,
Okay,
we'll call it
can
there.
we call it there?
Sounds good.
And if people want, I could give Kate the bathhouse options just off stream. We can just go to the caravan, or we can do bathhouse things next session. And of course, we still have to go for the ice cream thing, but that'll be next session.
Yeah, probably do the bathhouse thing next session just because I feel like I want Kate's honest reaction to this. Because I still feel like it's going to be somewhat more commonplace for her, so it'll be interesting as Roland's like, what do you mean this isn't the greatest thing you've ever experienced?
Yeah. So I may take some time and try to actually make a bathhouse. We shall see.
I like the water column. That was funny.
It was neat.
It's like, you know what? I haven't used these water blocks for much. Let's throw some Minecraft in this.
Yeah, I was really glad when they finally added them, because I'd always wanted to be able to put water without having to raise the whole level of the water level and everything. Put water in places without having it everywhere. And I just, after they added it, I hadn't yet come upon another need for it. I'm like, I'm gonna use it someday.
Yep.
Alright, anyway, I shall end the stream. Bye, stream!
Bye, stream.
It'll